Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. This is the chart for the full moon. It's set for the UK, for London, and it occurs tonight just past midnight. The moon, as you can see on this chart, right at the top of the chart. Here it is, the moon in Gemini. And always at a full moon, the moon is always opposite the sun, and the sun is in Sagittarius. Now the sun in Sagittarius is usually a very positive, uplifting, visionary connection. That's when we really do look up. That's what the Archer Sagittarian is all about. However, it's weighed down rather by Saturn, which is close. It's just moved past a few days ago, but a full moon always brings things to consciousness. The full moon is always the public as well. So we have that Saturn-Sun conjunction, which is serious. There's no doubt about it. And there are some very serious things happening in the world, events and civil wars and uprisings. It's just a really tough time for many people, and it has been all year. Now, Gemini is a light-hearted sign. It's the messenger. It's curious. It's fun. It's playful. It's young people. Students are Geminis. Journalists are Geminis that ask questions. So what is the question we need to ask at this full moon? Well, as an astrologer, I look to two planets that connect me up with the full moon. The moon in Gemini is governed or ruled by Mercury. And here's Mercury down here in Capricorn. Now Mercury has entered what we call its shadow period. It's going to go retrograde on the 19th of December. For those of you in the US and looking at US politics, that is actually the day the Electoral College makes its final decision about the president-elect. Now the Mercury will be close to Pluto, as you can see here. The moment it is 12 degrees, 48 minutes, Pluto 16, 20. Mercury goes retrograde just before it reaches Pluto. However, it is close enough. Serious decisions are being made. Serious communications are indicated at this full moon. Now the sun, go back to the sun, is in Jupiter's sign. So what's Jupiter doing? Well, Jupiter is halfway through the sign of Libra, relationship. Notice the green sector. That's what this colour is all about. It's the colour wheel. So Jupiter at the moment is forming an opposition to Uranus in the red sector. Red and green, we all know what those colours mean. They're opposites, aren't they? Red wants to get ahead. It's going for it, unlike the stop sign in the UK. Many people think that means go. But anyhow, I'm a pedestrian, I'm biased. But the red energy is, let's start something new. And that's what Uranus wants. Jupiter in Libra, the sign of Venus and relationship, when these two planets oppose each other, is a huge need for freedom, for independence. Uranus is the planet of independence, the rebel energy. And Uranus kind of adds to that. Uranus always wants space. That's what Uranus is. And as a planet is very different in its orbit from anything else. It's original. Now, the Sun and Saturn are both in a very good relationship. If you notice, blue energy means a flow, positive energy. And the Sun and Saturn both are also in a very good relationship to Jupiter. So there is a creative energy occurring here. However, for relationships, which are Venus's territory, Venus is also in Aquarius, it's in the sign to do with freedom. There might well be issues that come up over this full moon for you about needing space. Either you feel that or your partner does. And that can be a partner that is business partner or of course a relationship. And of course the family itself. Everyone going their own way. Now, Saturn and the Sun, Mercury, Pluto, this is all indicating commitment. when we make commitments, this is we're coming from a place of integrity. So if we break our commitments or our promises, that can hurt us as much as those that we promise things to. One wonderful woman I like a lot, Caroline Nice, talks about these as kind of, they're like an abortion in some way, an energy of loss. And at this time of year, we're coming up, of course, to the new year. It is a time of letting go of the year. There will be a new moon before the new year, the 29th of December. But this full moon, as I said, brings things to light. So whatever you see out in the world, that's your view of the world. Are you looking at a world where there's right and there's wrong, or good versus bad? What's your faith? What do you find about truth? What is your truth? A full moon asks us to integrate, to join together two opposite energies. So at this time we're talking about faith and truth. We're talking about justice, that's Jupiter, and peace. And when we have that within ourselves, we find that place within ourselves, then we can extend that to those around us. For some people, Mars just wants to fight. But Mars, notice, in Aquarius, the sign of humanity, is in a good relationship to the moon at the moment. And it's moving away, but it is also in a good relationship to Jupiter. My prayer at this full moon is that the peacemakers dominate rather than the rebels. Rebellion, I think we all know from history, always creates huge amounts of casualties, many of whom are innocent women, children, families. And to see one side as right and the other as wrong never works. We can't make war to create peace. So I hope you enjoy this full moon, wherever you are, and I hope it brings you some joy and some delight and some fun and playfulness as indicated by the Gemini energy. Thank you for watching. I'm Pam Carruthers at healingstars.com.